back, everyone, to another episode of the Emergent Gamer Podcast, episode 233.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of your hosts, Neo Ayoshi, sitting with...
I'm Trip Zero.
And this is Felix Ergood.
Yeah, we're a bunch of cool dudes talking video games.
That's us.
That's not humble.
That's right. That's what we're doing.
That's us. We are cool
We're
dudes.
cool as fuck.
This week,
Yeah, we're fucking cool.
We're strictly just going to recap the week.
We're just recapping the Game Awards because it was fucking
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, we had the Game Awards on Wednesday. It is now Sunday. People were awarded for what they've done, what they've given us in the gaming world, and it was a lot of fun.
My observation, though, is, think about your experience watching, like, the Grammys or the Emmys or the Oscars, right? You watch those, and it really is just super wealthy people with super talented wealthy people who are patting each other on the back, giving each other awards.
Yes.
But they're not advertising movies. They're not going, check out the new movie I'm going to be in next year.
But the Oscars are pretty much an advertisement of the industry.
Of the industry, yeah.
Of
No,
the
you
whole.
can argue that it's an argument. Yeah, it's an
Game
indirect
Awards
advertisement.
is definitely a bit different in that sense.
Game Awards
where
is
it's like a tunnel of It's a tunnel through advertisement, right?
it's like here's an award, and then like, but check out this ad for something amazing
Coming
It's
out.
coming out next year.
You know what's funny? In my opinion, I think the awards have gotten more award show like in terms of like less pure ads and reveals and more like let's have a performance, let's do something visual, let's have people together doing things, and some people are like, man, this year is the worst of all with advertising. And I'm like, where's the disconnect there? Like
This is our industry.
I'm literally
This is the industry,
yeah,
right?
I'm seeing this be more and more like people focused on the show, and
Right.
people are not.
And
They're
I
still so
think
focused on the fact that there are ads.
What Jeff Keighley does is he tries to put an emphasis on wanting to put a spotlight on the positives of the industry by giving these awards to people recognizing the work that is done over the course
Yeah,
of the year,
for sure.
right? And a way you get that done is by getting ads and getting the advertisers in there. Like the Subway award that was given out, right?
was kinda
there was a Subway award.
There was, one of them was like presented by Subway.
Tweet of the year.
Exactly.
Was that tweet of the year?
Maybe I don't
Subway
know.
tweet of the
I
year?
have. We're gonna dive into that.
We're
in a
gonna
bit.
we're gonna essentially relive the show fast forward for you guys listening.
and inject our thoughts.
yeah.
Essentially.
Um,
But I think it's cool. I mean, like I get excited about what is being like teased and announced and hinted
Yeah.
at.
Well, that's
I'm not
how,
making the point that it's shittier
No.
than the Oscars.
But-
I'm saying, wouldn't it be cool if the Oscars had like a trailer for the upcoming movie?
Well, you know
that's
what's
coming out?
what the Tonys does. The Tonys has performances of shows that are live that year by the cast.
Sure. Oh, wow.
In between their awards.
But them live on the stage doing
yeah,
it,
you
not
literally see like
a video,
like a
of it.
number from
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, the Oscars does
Which is
that too.
that's you can think of that as like a trailer in
Kinda.
a way.
And you can think of it this way: at the Oscars, buy ad spot or people buy ad spots for whenever the Oscars is airing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's essentially. But because this is a different platform, this is a streaming platform,
Yeah.
which isn't live. You have to do it differently, right? You gotta rethink how you get people's eyes on the Game Awards.
Right.
I'm just saying the content with those other shows is content from the past, whereas
Right.
this is half content from the past, half content from the future.
Correct.
Do you see what I mean?
No,
Like,
totally.
yeah.
And you're absolutely right because the game industry does behave differently than like the movie industry.
They do,
in a sense that the game industry is like super secretive, right? Like they want to be the ones controlling when they announce their new game or their new teaser or whatever. The movie industry is like we're dropping a trailer, all right, and this is and when like somebody signed on to a movie, when a movie's getting in production, right? Like that's being reported widely at all times. But with the game industry, it's always like they've been working on a BioShock the past 4 or 5 years, but now they announced the studio, right?
Yeah.
Like this happened in the past week too. That was one of our predictions actually. We thought we were going to see like a tease of the BioShock.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they snuck it out.
It's totally too soon, I think.
It would only work if they did like a Fallout 4 thing where the game was done essentially. Then they were like, oh, by the way, this game exists.
Right, yeah. Fallout 4 was a good example because they announced it 5 months before it came out, right?
Yeah.
But they were working on it for like 5 years.
But that's how this show started. I don't really mind the fact that we see trailers and have announcements.
Yeah.
The show's entire concept was built around that, delivering that as well as awarding like the players in the industry. So I
Correct,
think it's a good model, and it works. It works for gamers because we love that shit. We love trailers and new shit.
We love
coming
being
out.
excited about
So
I
stuff.
love that shit.
Like we're not going to sit and watch the Academy Awards equivalent in gaming if there ever is one. like a fancier, nothing but awards kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
And
the
it's
vibe.
funny because there's a lot of complaints online I see, like in the Twitter world and online, and people complain like, oh, I guess like in one of the articles that you brought up, the one of the tweets that was highlighted was like, well, I guess they finally gave up on being an award show.
Yeah, like
where
what do you
was it?
mean?
And I'm like, but yeah, but
Great,
it's like,
great fucking take, bro.
yeah, it was like really weird.
Good for you. Good. That was a good tweet. Send it.
But we want, but like they do it, and there are like moments we're gonna hop in a second, but first we're gonna talk about State of Play real quick.
Yeah.
The PlayStation thing. Nintendo also had a thing, but I don't really care to talk about it.
A Nintendo Direct.
There was a Nintendo Direct this week, yeah,
Oh.
as well. But I don't care about that.
I
because
don't even know what they.
Did they talk
announced.
about
It was indies and shit. They had like.
Oh, they didn't do
Sports
Animal
Story.
Crossing?
No Animal Crossing. It was like Sports Story.
Oh, my
Super
Animal
Golf
Crossing,
Story and
dude.
Stuff. So what was I saying?
We're gonna talk about
The
State of Play.
But people were getting upset that in certain points of the Game Awards show, like the 30-minute pre-show was like, okay, we're going to announce the winners of this category and this category and this category. Nobody came up. Nobody took the award. He just announced the awards and moved
Yeah.
on. But for the sake of time, that show was almost 3 hours, right?
Right.
So like he wants to fit in the performances because there were a few. He wants to fit in the trailers and the people. Like he wants like Reggie up there. He wants like these people up there
Yeah.
that are like
Yeah.
that are like advocates for the industry, and I think that's definitely important. The way he's getting better every year, and I think he's balancing it in like a perfect like way between the awards.
Is
and
he the
between all
host or
things.
is he the producer?
Jeff Keighley? He did. Oh yeah, he's like the producer. He's the guy.
He's the
It's
big guy.
like his show. Kind
It
of.
is. It's
Yeah.
his baby. Yeah, it's his baby, and he coddles it every year.
Jeff Garcia, baby. He's our baby.
Why aren't you blocking me correctly? What the fuck?
Jeff Keighley blocks himself.
Just imagine him in dress rehearsal.
He blocks himself.
I'm the talent. I'm the guy who runs the show.
He spikes that goddamn floor.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you guys want to get started by talking about the state of play?
Let's start it, dude.
All right,
Because I'm excited about a really big thing they dropped during the
did.
State of Play.
And it's funny because I don't know. Did you watch this?
What?
The state of play.
No.
That's all right. We're gonna talk about it.
It didn't do my homework.
It's okay. They opened the state of play with the menu sound from Resident Evil 3, or with the Resident Evil menu sound, like the and then they went into Untitled Goose Game coming out for PS4. So that was like the first trailer that they showed off.
Oh, cool.
Debated.
They showed off a like a battle royale magic game called Spellbreak. Cool.
Would I like that?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know. Probably not.
Would I like this video game? We should have a sub show. This is actually, pay attention.
Yeah.
We've been brainstorming Patreon content. Not a promise of anything, but we're talking about this. Maybe one of the awards is like, would Felix like this game? We hyperanalyze the game from your perspective.
From what we know of Felix.
I don't know.
But I digress. I think that would hit.
Well, when sorry, this is about the Game Awards. When Mrs. Felix and I were sitting on the couch, games would come up, and we would go, sorry, you guys get categories together. We were like, is that a Trip and Neo game? Like,
This is for the same gamer.
it was like,
person.
is this a me game? Is this a Felix game, or is this a Trip and Neo?
To be fair,
game?
we do like a lot of the same games.
It is
Yeah,
pretty,
you
it's
guys
very
are-
similar.
Our,
yeah.
our tastes are very
But she
similar.
was doing it.
Yeah.
Like she started doing it before
Yeah.
I did. She was like,
Like, I'm just-
I
I can
can't
only
remember
be
what
who I
trailer
am.
it was up. Oh, it was the Godfall trailer.
Oh, cool.
And she was like, "That's not a U game." And she was like, "That's a Trip and Neo
It's
game."
not a U game.
I was like, "Oh,
So after that, they announced Dreams' release date. Now, do you know what Dreams is? Dreams is a Sony Media Molecule joint. Media Molecule, the guys behind Little Big Planet. That's what they were. They were
Heard
all
of
about.
that.
Yeah, it's a cool game. That game was like a side-scrolling platform game, but they gave you tools to build your own platforming levels,
Yeah.
and it was pretty robust. People made a whole bunch of cool shit in that game. There was 3 of them. They only made the first 2. But Dreams is a fully realized engine building game. So they pretty much provide you with an engine with the capabilities of recording audio, recording animations, doing all kinds of stuff, and people are building all kinds of crazy games. Like it is nuts how cool this game is. They announced the release date for it finally. It's been in beta for like creators all year, pretty more or less. February 14th is the date it is coming out, and it is
Valentine's Day.
it's cool. And I see a lot of people talking about like, why is this being stuck on PlayStation? Like this should be you should get this on PC as well,
right. Yeah.
and then make it so you can post to PlayStation because it's a game creator.
so it's an
Yeah.
it's an exclusive to
Sony.
PlayStation thing."
Currently, yes. But yeah, it is crazy because you can make your own genre of any genre of game in it.
For you listening later on or at home, we're watching the trailer, and this just it looks so. Everything is so different in this game, but it's one game.
It is one game, and you can just play endless amounts of like content.
You're just downloading a tool essentially to make.
And there is like a single player component, but I think it's very minimal. So that's cool. The next thing they showed was Superliminal, and that was awesome. It's a very much reminiscent of like Portal, a puzzle style first person game,
bro.
that fucks with perspective. And man, did it like it, this is the kind of shit I would play. This is definitely a Neo game for sure. Because it just messes with it's like a brain bending teaser.
Oh shit!
First person
That was
game,
wacky with the dice.
So it's just one of those games that I would definitely. Oh, it's been out from PC. Oh shit! I should probably check that out.
Well,
snatch it
the
up.
scoop.
I'm gonna skip a few things just to get to the
Yeah,
Game Awards.
yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't all that important.
If you
Kingdom
guys are
Hearts,
interested, you can look up online.
the whole state of play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what was
it's
that?
all
What was
there.
talked about?
It's all there.
Did
The
you
internet
play-
has it.
Did you
believe it
play?
or not.
Are you Kingdom Hearts guy?
Yeah, I didn't play 3. I played 1 and 2, and I played Chain of Memories on the Advance, the original one. And I was actually doing a replay. I bought the collection, wanting to replay them all in a row before 3.
Kingdom Hearts March.
And that fell apart in Alice in Wonderland world in the first game, which is like the second or third world. I just was like,
I can't.
I'll do something else with my time, literally anything.
They announced
They're
the-
fun. I like them, but I don't have time for a full replay of those.
For sure.
Yeah.
They announced the final DLC for it, or like the DLC that finishes the game apparently, or
Yeah.
whatever. So whatever, guys.
I heard that. I think
Hashtag cut content.
Sleeping Flower was saying when she was on the show that it's like it didn't. The ending didn't fully feel complete.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think this is that last puzzle piece.
The
$30.
the-
Have fun.
the temperature on that game came out very, very, very good, and then like as people finished it or went on, they were like,
Okay. All right.
not as great as I
Cool.
thought it was originally.
It literally reminds me of Final Fantasy 15 all over
I
again.
do want to play it though because I want to fuck around in Toy Story World. That looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
one
mean,
day I'll do it.
visually, that game looks like they pulled the Pixar movies straight from the movies,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
The next thing they announced was Predator Hunting Grounds release date. That's coming on April 24th.
Pass.
This is a asymmetrical multiplayer game.
Not a Felix game.
It's pretty much you're pretty much playing like you're in the first movie.
I know.
All right.
Pass.
Just for people out there
This-
who are curious.
He's got strong feelings on
For
Predator
somebody out
hunting
there who
grounds.
likes it. I mean, it's a cool concept. I get it. I get it.
One
It
person's
really,
an overpowered character.
that
Yeah.
style of video game. What did you call it? Asymmetrical.
Asymmetric multiplayer.
That works really well with this, but like I'm tired of those games coming out. Like they
Yep.
just keep coming out. Like
Yeah.
I guess people like them. I mean, what was the
Someone's got to be playing them.
what was the one that was really big when we went to E3? Dead something.
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
all
that's
those
still really big. Yeah.
It's still really big, but it was getting ready to come out when we were at E3.
So the next game they announced, which looks awesome, which is a Square Enix Platinum joint called Babylon's Fall. Highly reminiscent. It looks like Nier Automata and the that new what was that Switch game that came out this year?
That does look really cool.
It's like a super hack and slashing game with crazy abilities and shit. It reminds me of Nier Automata, just the combat because you have a bunch of floating weapons around you
Yeah.
and you can dodge seamlessly and looks baller. That's a game I'll keep my eyes on.
Babylon's
no
Fall?
date. Babylon's Fall, yes. Yeah, that's very look.
Also
like all those movies.
exclusive to PlayStation.
Not necessarily exclusive, but they showed it on the PlayStation's stream, so that can mean it. Like for example, the Predator game that's on PC and PS4.
Oh, okay.
But they're highlighting it on the PS4 stream. Like that.
Okay.
That was like, yes, it depends. They'll say exclusive, whatever. And then finally, we got.
The big one. Holy shit, boy.
I thought this was going to be at Game Awards. This was going to
yeah.
be a Game Awards.
Now
announcement.
they tossed it right out.
I
They,
pre-ordered it.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Will Felix pre-order this game? That's the name of the series.
That's the name of the series.
I did though.
I mean, for sure. So they showed this awesome trailer. I thought it was cool. It was pretty straightforward. Resident
That
Evil
was amazing, dude.
3.
Looks great.
Redesigned Jill. What do you guys think? Looks good?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Her original
hot.
look. Her original look was the miniskirt.
It was a two-top
with
and
the
a miniskirt,
tube top.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what a police officer is going to wear.
Do you think that's like going to be
in the
like
field.
like an extra costume?
Yes.
Yeah, 1,000%.
All right,
yes.
cool. You got it. You got it though,
100%.
right?
It's
Like,
yeah.
all
I
right.
mean, the history is there, and you have to lean into it for
Cool.
sure. But I really like the redesign. I think it's
I'm
good.
sure you're excited as well for it.
Oh, 100%.
We
dude.
were all pretty high on the remake.
Me and my
which you
friend were
remade.
hanging out the night before, and literally we're just up until like 2 a.m. talking about Resident Evil, the remake, the possibilities of 3, because the leak was out at that point. Final Fantasy VII Remake, just a lot of this stuff, and then we got more looks at all of this stuff in the next couple of days. It was
So
perfect.
it does look like a year before Resident Evil, at least a year before Resident Evil 2 was finishing up its development, this thing was already in production.
By a different studio.
Right. And the third studio making Project Resistance, that another asymmetrical symmetrical multiplayer
Yep.
game, also was working on that. And I think
They're coming together.
they're coming together.
You get those games together.
Which honestly is a brilliant move.
It's the best move.
Because
I would never buy
I would have
Project
never
Resistance
brought
on its own.
Resistance.
Never.
Yeah, exactly.
But now, fuck it. Maybe I'll play some multiplayer.
And to be fair, thinking
I
of it
won't.
from a corporate standpoint, think about it this way:
Felix won't.
they added
No.
they added the multiplayer into the Resident Evil 3 game, which people want to play,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So now they have a potential
Oh,
for
smart
a
as shit,
better
dude.
a better player base, and to be fair, to make more money off of the multiplayer section if they choose to go that
Yes.
route. So I think they would have shot themselves in the foot if they didn't do this. Capcom is making some smart moves
Yeah.
by giving people what they want and also trying to make their money back. You know what I mean? Because 'cause
SMRT Smart.
Resident Evil 2 Remake, a very safe release, very safe bet by
Yeah,
them.
for sure.
They wanted to put
That would just
in
move
people's hands.
copies from existing.
Right.
Yeah, Kevin Oates said that they added another trophy to 2 that bridges the gap. Something to play that bridges the gap between the two games.
You can find a note from Jill. But is that in the game itself, or is that in the
I won't know until I get
the
back
demo
into
only?
it. I'll dig back into it.
Yeah. Because I know you can now
No,
download
he said there's a new trophy for the game.
for the game
Right.
itself.
Yeah, and it's finding the note from Jill.
You can download right now a demo of Resident Evil 2. The demo, they called it the one-shot demo, and that had a 30-minute time limit of playtime. Whether you finished the demo or not, finished it. There was a point where obviously it would end. But you only have 30 minutes regardless to play that. Now you can download that, and there's no time limit. You can explore for as long as you want up to that end point.
Of the demo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is great. It's a free taste.
Where does it take place?
In the police station, the very
In the
beginning.
It's like
PlayStation.
one
You
of the
play-
first puzzles.
I think
yeah.
you play up until
You escape the.
It's not different content. It's stuff I played
yes.
multiple times.
do you see? You don't see Mr. X.
No, you don't. You go back. It ends after you get back to the main foyer of the.
Yeah, and the
you see the police officer.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
that's the
and
end.
the door
okay.
shuts and everything.
Correct.
You crawl back out. Yeah.
Correct.
So obviously you can take your time finding the things and walking around exploring if you have never played the game. It's a great idea.
It's content. I was asking if it was content I had played.
But as
Oh,
a
yeah.
as a completionist, you got to go back in and get that note.
You're goddamn right I do.
You got to go. You got to go back into the hell
Fucking
that is
kidding
Raccoon
me?
City.
No, but I also wanted to go through and do the other tofu runs.
Oh, nice.
I've
Do
only
it.
done, and also the Ghost Survivors trophies. I didn't get those.
Oh
You're-
shit.
You are nuts, man.
It sounds like you're about to do it.
If you're new to this podcast, Felix Hergood had the most 180-degree love-hate turn with this
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
He,
It
day
was
one,
crazy.
he was
fuck
railing. He
this.
was so mad at this game.
God
he couldn't
damn
play it.
this game.
Couldn't understand how hard
Why
it
would
was.
they develop it this
Can't
way?
avoid the zombies. This is fucking bullshit. And then
You saw the Matrix.
literally
code.
as
saw
the days went on,
The
this
end of the
man
week.
has
It was the end
completed
of the week.
all 4 versions of the game. He's platinum did. He's done it all. He's done it all.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Play
I
Vertical.
completely platinumed Resident Evil 2. I do have to, like I said, I do have to do Ghost Survivors, but and I heard that's pretty hard.
Yeah, those are like tough challenge modes.
Yep, I haven't tried them.
Well,
right.
So we're excited about this.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is a very packed early in the year, and you know what's really funny about the early in the year, because we know the consoles are coming next year. They are front loading the year to get all of the early non-next gen
Yeah.
releases out.
Yeah.
And it is tough, dude. We'll talk about this probably on on next week's Game of the Year episode, just like upcoming. Maybe we'll do this.
Yeah.
But man, next year is front loaded to all hell.
Squeeze all the life out of that old generation right now.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, they got to because the install bases are so high right now. They have to capitalize on that, which I find very.
I'm definitely doing Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, we all are. We're all doing that. I'm
I
sure.
might be doing the Fallout content when that comes out, if
Cool.
that ever does.
But what about Last of Us 2?
Last of Us 2, but now that's late. That's like
Final Fantasy VII remake.
Last of Us 2 is like May now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's later. That's like capping it up.
Just nonstop gaming, really.
If I just pull this up real quick, since we're just talking about it,
Pull it up.
I'm gonna. Watch Dogs Legion is at some point.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm skipping that one for sure.
Totally skipping that.
Doom. That's funny for me. You like those games?
I have never played a Watch Dogs game like
To completion.
my track record with Watch Dogs is I get the game, I pre-order it, I play it for 2 weeks, and then I
Pre-order it.
and then I finished Watch Dogs like 4 years later.
Oh God. Jesus.
Yeah, and we got like Doom Eternal is coming. Half-Life Alyx, which may be the time. March may be the time I get a VR headset.
I don't think there's a May in there. I think that's when you're buying a VR
I think
headset.
it's probably happening.
Yeah. Don't lie
Resident
to
Evil
yourself.
3 and Cyberpunk come out in April. We got
Fucking excited for Cyberpunk.
the Marvel's Avengers game. Are you getting that, Felix? I think I'm gonna wait. That's a wait and see for me
It's a total wait and see
because I have no
because
idea.
I worry that I'm going to wait and see that it's shitty.
That is that's a smart move, Felix. I'm totally with you there. And see there's a lot more that I'm missing. I don't know. April, June. Yeah, Last of Us Part 2. Cyberpunk. Yeah, I mean it's still
Regardless of
Final
whether or not
Fantasy
you have
VII.
missed things, the things that you have announced right now are fucking action packed and will take you incredible amounts of hours to play through. And the content will be really,
Cyberpunk
really good.
I
Yeah.
expect to be
Dude, the
one of those.
complicated thing for me is you just said it: Resident Evil 3
Yeah.
and Cyberpunk at the same time.
They're 3 weeks apart.
Ah, fuck.
Final Fantasy VII is
weeks
a
apart.
month apart from Cyberpunk.
What comes first?
for myself?
Resident Evil 3 is the 3rd of April.
Oh, okay, good. So then
Cyberpunk
I
is
could
the
probably
16th.
I could probably get one full run of Resident Evil.
I could get a run in as well.
and not do all the trophies.
That's I think I'm right there with you. I know we're playing 7 Remake, right, Trip?
Fuck yeah.
we are. Cool.
Yeah.
When's that?
That is
March 3rd.
March 3rd, yeah.
Oh, fun.
And then I would love to play Ori and the Will of the Wisps, the sequel to that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit that in there.
I can't play Ori.
Tough.
ASAP.
It's a good game though.
Oh, Persona 5 Royal
What's
also in
what's
in
wrong
March is
with
coming out
Ori?
again.
The Ori games?
No, nothing. I just
No, they're
it's just
fantastic.
me personally.
I was thinking
can't
about doing
shuffle
that one.
The first one's out. It's playable on every platform.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Did you play Persona 5?
No,
You gonna pick up Royal?
probably not. Only because it's shoved
uh,
right between
yeah,
these
shoved
games.
in this fucking wild ass
And
2020
that's like a
spring, dude.
60-hour game. I want something like
It's
that.
if you speedrun, it's a 60-hour game.
Great. That's definitely not happening.
What is?
I'll tell you. I promise you
Persona
this.
5.
I will continue to
Oh.
enjoy the soundtrack. How's
I
it?
have access to that now too.
You have access to that? What does that mean?
Well, I have the PlayStation Now. And
Oh, is
Persona's-
that on there?
It's available
Wow.
until
Damn, dude.
2020.
Well,
at
if you
some
want to
point.
sink 100 hours into something, that's your game. That's your game.
You know, I always love doing that.
Live the life of a fucking Japanese teenager, dude.
I think that would be fun.
I think actually watching you play that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is this?
I'm definitely going to curse at it. Just
Yeah.
randomly.
Yeah.
Just curse at
Yeah.
it.
Game's got style though.
What the fuck is happening right now? I don't understand.
So, the final thing on this thing, which will lead us right into the Game Awards,
Mm-hmm.
is they teased it was like a 10-second teaser for Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Looks
I'm
amazing.
so excited. I don't know what that was, but it's an excited call.
At the end of this 30-second teaser, they said, see more at the Game Awards.
Oh, it was so smart.
So
It
smart.
was so smart.
So smart. That's how you get people to tune in.
Yep.
So with that, we shall jump right into the Game Awards.
The Game Awards.
So we were all watching that, pretty sure, right?
yeah, guys. If you haven't, by
I mean,
the way,
I got into it later.
PSA out there listening, join our Discord community because we always are active in there. And for the Game Awards, we had a bunch of people sitting in and we were all chatting with you. So jump
were
in there,
doing that.
be a part.
I
hang out.
signed in. I don't know when I signed in. What was I watching? Oh, right when they announced the Xbox Series X.
Ooh, we'll get to that.
I don't
you
know
worry.
what was before that.
Well, guess what? We got that recap for you, dog.
Let's do it, dog.
So they opened. So there was like a 30-minute pre-show where they were just kind of giving away some award, like low-key awards and other things of that nature.
Kind of warming the audience up a little bit.
The ceremony opens with churches with the V.
Wait!
Virtues.
Don't skip past the beginning because
It says it's
my,
opening.
my boys in the beginning, Destiny 2, they won the community support of the year award.
Wait, where?
The first award they gave out.
This isn't covering that early. This article.
It doesn't actually. No, we need the winner list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking up the official name. It's community support, or is it just community? It's community support, I think. Because we didn't. win the award as the community. The Bungie won the award.
Bungie won the award,
Yeah,
yeah.
best community support out of Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, or Rainbow Six Siege, and Destiny 2 won that.
Didn't Apex Legends get accused of like being mean as shit to their community at one point?
They had a small controversy.
Yeah.
They did
Why are they on the list?
because they're
It's a massive
they're a
game.
game driven by community support.
Okay.
All those games that were listed are all require community support to
Yeah,
be,
constant
be
updating,
good.
feedback,
Yeah.
rolling out, stuff like that. You know,
and that's probably why they didn't win.
I think
Just saying.
I think that not. I mean, I'm a fucking Destiny 2 fanboy for sure.
No,
but I think
no.
honestly, that's a good win. It's a smart win because out of all the communities there, because I do monitor like what's going on in these games and how the devs are talking.
I mean, between
to
that, Final
the
Fantasy
communities.
14 and Rainbow Six, I want to say those are the top 3 that I see on there
Yeah,
being communicative.
yeah, yeah.
14 especially, they do the state of plays, they do
They
all
do,
those things.
yeah.
Destiny has tons of blog posts, and those people are on Twitter all day, just like interacting with the community.
Yeah,
so
they're direct managers
it's
for community.
easy to
are dope.
see why Destiny 2 wins
Yeah.
that because of how their community management team is like all over that, and it's usually a positive interaction.
Yeah, I don't
you're-
disagree.
And to be fair, they picked it up over the course of the game's launch, right? Because they were kind of like struggling out the gate there for a minute.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
that's part of it.
haven't they always been very communicative?
When they aren't,
Communicative?
no,
I think
not as
this
much as
is,
they are now.
This
They've
goes
learned
for
along.
this goes for any
along-
game,
along-
not just Destiny.
over
but
a long
when
time.
a game isn't performing well and people are upset, usually communication drops. That's
Right.
definitely something. Like, and that's not just
Oh,
Destiny.
I'm familiar
Yeah.
with that.
Right. Like like the Fallout 76 guys, like that thing.
Not a lot of talk.
Not a lot of talk.
If you reach out to them, they talk back, but that's about it.
Yeah. So like for example, like Stadia right now. I'll just give you a quick before coming back in.
Yeah.
Stadia. People are pissed about it, right?
course
like
they are,
the thing
'cause
isn't performing well. It's not doing what it was promised.
Garbage. It's literally garbage.
And the games aren't great.
Yeah.
Besides Destiny 2, of course.
Of course.
Because of course. But every time you go on the Reddit and someone's like, when are we going to get answers? When are we going to see this? And the community manager goes in there and goes, don't worry. We hear you. We are listening to your feedback, and we will promise that you will get like they give you like that PR.
We
Yeah,
hear
the
you.
PR
We hear you.
response,
We hear you.
copied and pasted.
We hear you.
But in a year from now, Stadia could be killing it, and they'll be talking open. Like who knows? Like this is like the PR world we live in. You know.
Yep.
Shall we move into the show?
Damn
Let's
right.
move in.
They opened with the Churches
It's a band.
band. Yeah, they did the theme to Death Stranding,
They did.
and they fucking killed it. with
Oh,
that
they
opening.
It
Probably
was
did.
so good. Yeah.
It was awesome. I love that song, and I love the soundtrack to Death Stranding.
What's the song called?
It's called Death
Death
Stranding.
Stranding.
Oh,
They wrote it for the song. Yeah, for that.
Surprise.
I love his incorporation of music.
Yeah.
In the game, like it's one of the best parts.
And it was awesome. Yeah, and there's a clear, like it's clear that he handpicked all those. Like they're very those tracks are very meticulously picked, and it shows because it's a game. This is a game you got to play, Trip. I'm telling you,
I know. I really have to.
you gotta. If
It's
you
on
want,
there.
just say the word. I'll bring my copy. I got 2 copies at home.
It's on my list.
I love it.
On my listy list.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'm not sure if it's my game of the year, but it's pretty good.
I should play it before we talk about that conversation. I should just rip it in my in my free time.
So the first award was for Best Narrative, and Jonathan Nolan of Westworld came out, and he made some jokes about narratives and stuff, and it was pretty fun.
That got me very excited, dude. I'm so.
Jonathan
That's
Nolan?
also coming out this spring. Speaking of things coming out this spring,
Westworld season. Yeah,
season 3.
I'm gonna watch it.
Like holy
I'm into
fucking shit, bro.
that.
Yeah, I just rewatched all of that, dude.
It's so good, man.
Yeah, I went
It's out of
because
control.
Mrs. Felix wanted to catch
Tangent
up.
alert.
She wanted to catch up.
Yeah, good.
So we went through all of Westworld.
I did that a couple months ago. I'm going to do a rewatch soon.
Yep.
Soon.
Hell yeah. So
She hated season 2, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
season 2 dragged a little bit.
What?
It dragged a little bit.
It
I
was a
loved
whole
it.
different show,
It
but
had
in a good way.
one
I
of the
watched it. Yeah.
one of the best episodes of the series, which was the episode with
Yeah.
the Native American guy realizing his world is not quite.
Oh,
what
that's
he
your
thought.
favorite
Oh
one?
yeah, that's
that
a
was a
great
great
one.
episode.
That's a great episode. Yeah.
That was an amazing.
That's not
episode.
my favorite one. Dude, my favorite one was the Japanese one,
Oh, yeah,
That was a fantastic
with the
which
cream
was
cover.
scored.
There
Yeah,
were
scored by
really
Wu-Tang.
2 episodes. Really.
That was a
that.
good one. I did appreciate that one.
Okay, back to the video games.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so he announced the best narrative winner, and Disco Elysium beat Death Stranding.
Disco Elysium. That's the first time we saw that dev team of the night, and it
Haven't
would not
heard of
be the last time.
No,
What's
no.
Disco Elysium?
So Disco Elysium is a cerebral RPG.
Cerebral.
What the hell is that?
That's a buzzword.
This is a game that
Makes you think, bro.
Sounds like some Salvador Dali shit.
Makes you fucking
honestly,
think, bro.
very much kinda.
Yeah.
Very cool art
Persistence
style.
of time.
No, it's not like that. It's like you're literally role playing this amnesia-filled detective, but every part of your brain is a mechanic in this RPG. So like you could level up your encyclopedic knowledge, and your brain will chime in when you're having conversations and say, "Oh, hey, you know this information. You want to drop that in here?" Or your logic center of your brain is also something you can level up. It is a very much like your character is a moldable person, and each thing you level up has its own voice in your brain.
It's
Did you play it?
cerebral.
No, but I've watched a lot of videos and reviews on it.
It's cerebral, literally and figuratively.
Correct. Correct. You picked it up.
Yep.
So and honestly, it was very well received.
Yeah.
this year.
Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium. I'd watch some videos.
Only on PC?
It's on consoles.
Did you see?
I would watch some videos before pulling the trigger on that one.
Yeah, I'm not pulling
Yeah.
anything.
Did you see after that award?
Yes.
And they were getting shuffled off the stage. Their team didn't really quite know what to do. The dev team, and
Sure.
like two of them went down back into the crowd, as the other two were heading out to like the side of the stage.
Yeah.
But I think it was Jonathan Nolan, right? As he was kind of like
Kind of
shuffling
trying
them
to
away.
usher them away. Yeah.
But then when he noticed the two that were walking back down the front of the stage, he like lunged for them, like almost like no, like don't fucking go back out or come this way. Then they were too far and just let him go. It's just such like a highlighting point that these are not people that are good at being in front of people or
Sure.
how
I mean, they're all a bunch of video game
right
creators.
exactly I know, which is it's like an endearing thing, you know,
Yeah.
as this industry is still relatively
There-
new and we do more award show things like this, like you see that we have a long way to go in terms of polishing
So
this stuff up.
I don't know if you noticed, but I think one of their speeches was all like pro communism and like pro like socialism. I don't know if
really?
you saw that.
No.
Yeah. Well, because the game actually has a lot of that highlighted in it, because it's like they throw a bunch of communism and socialism aspects in front of your character to like make choices.
Yeah.
And they were like I think they're very much like pro social communism or whatever. I thought that was a funny thing to point out
Yeah.
in their award speech.
Are they Chinese?
They're European to some fashion.
Oh.
I'm not going to specify.
Yeah,
'cause
we
I
don't really know.
know.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll
I
find
could,
out.
I could look it up.
No, don't.
But-
Don't.
So the next thing that got
Very
announced-
much not Chinese.
They're not Chinese.
I wasn't watching.
So the next thing that got announced was the Xbox Series X.
That's when I came into the show.
Phil Spencer came on stage, and they pretty much just fucking dropped that bombshell in the middle of the show.
Big rectangle, big cool looking rectangle.
Yeah.
The best one I saw was them putting it. It's in a kitchen.
Yes. As at the size of a fridge.
It's the fridge.
It's the
It's
fridge.
the size of a fridge.
That's the
yeah.
perfect one, dude.
Come to your model home and have your Xbox be your fridge.
So I got a bunch of details. It's a 12 teraflop GPU computing power, which is, I think, like the PS4 was like a 7 or an 8 or something, like along with the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
I think those are like
Yeah.
pushing that.
Pretty nuts, honestly.
4 times the
Power-wise.
CPU speed of the One X. It's designed to be quieter, which is probably explaining the design of it with the big vent on top and everything. It can go sideways and vertical. You can
Of course
do
it
either.
can. You know what I'd be curious to know? Little side tangent. I wonder if the logo spins like they first
On the
did with the
PS2?
PS2. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What a nice, perfect like nod to just making sure your visual brand is perfect no matter which way you want your console oriented
It
in your
doesn't
home.
look like it, but
No, 'cause it looks inlaid. I don't think you're gonna
Yeah.
be able to spin it, but that'd be cool. That'd be a nice touch. Or what if it rotates on its own? Like it's inlaid, but it has a little. Dude, that'd be the
too,
fucking.
too future.
That'd be the cleanest
future
move
for me.
ever.
Did they give us a price?
No price.
Son of a
They
bitch.
redesigned the
$10,000.
controller slightly. They added a share button like the PS4 has, and the D-pad is actually designed quite like the
It's
Pro
like the it's like
controller,
the elite. Yeah.
the Elite controller.
Yeah. Where it's all like you can actually feel the angles
Yeah, I
in
want
between
one.
the
Good for-
like
good for
northwest,
fighting games.
northeast.
I
yeah.
want one.
I mean, hell yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna buy it.
Full backwards compatibility.
Pre-order it.
Now this is a cool feature that got called out. This can pause and resume multiple games simultaneously.
What?
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
For you specifically, Felix. Let's say you got a 76 instance running. You're playing Fallout 76.
I will.
But like you want to play your I don't know where your game's at.
They're gone.
They're gone.
The stack's gone.
Stack's gone.
He doesn't know what to do with himself. It's fucking gone. It's in that drawer down there.
So let's pretend you want to play the new Halo game,
Yeah.
and you're gonna switch on stream. Switching between games will literally resume as if you weren't there. You didn't.
That's fucking great.
You don't have to boot the logos again. You don't see any of that stuff.
Cool.
Right? So that's the
It kind
idea.
of does. It does that in one respect.
It'll
but both-
suspend the game,
Yeah, it
but it won't
suspends it.
suspend more than one game.
Right, more than one. Yeah.
Right. So that the idea is that it can hold in memory multiple instances
Yeah,
of
just
what you're
keep 'em.
doing.
Yeah, that's great.
And
I'm fucking
fully,
addicted to that game.
I know you are.
Dude, that scrap loop is like crazy for me.
we're not talking about 76.
We're gonna stop.
I don't want to hear it.
Doesn't want to hear it.
I'm sorry,
Gonna
Felix.
drive right past that one.
And it's fully backwards compatible.
Great.
So it sounds like the barriers of
That's
compatibility
the
are
wildest
broken down.
thing. Like,
Meaning-
no one has answered this question literally, but I'm assuming based on what they've said literally that I could put an Xbox game in that drive slot and play
They
the
are-
Xbox
That is
game.
what they are insinuating.
They're hard
It's
insinuating
it's
that.
not going to be all of them. I experienced this with the
Well, it's
the Xbox
emulation.
One.
No. Either they've done that for every single game to promise this, or it's a different system because
Yeah, okay.
because
You know what I'm talking about.
I do
Yeah, yeah.
because you
How
can't
there's select titles where
right
you can do
right
it.
right. But that's this implies full. They've used the word full, so that implies either they've made maybe they've remade all the games ever, but that seems like a lot of work.
Because
It would just
the Xbox One is emulating the 360.
Yeah.
And it's only capable for whatever game that they decide to patch or allow or get
Right.
that functionality up to snuff. So if they have a different method of doing that,
they have to, right? Because it's too much work otherwise.
Like it works.
Right.
It works with the Saboteur. It works with the Punisher game.
yeah,
It works with this
Out of
game
all
called.
the games
you
that are
picked out.
backwards compatible, of course,
Definitely works with the
the
Saboteur.
Saboteur.
It also works with Mercenaries. Remember that game
I don't.
back in the day?
Nope.
I do.
That was good.
I blacked out.
Just the studio closed.
But there's a
sad.
bunch of games it doesn't work for.
So they showed a trailer for this game. For
Oh wait, I'm not done yet.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
What
I
do
got
you-
more. I got more
Oh,
specs.
more specs.
More specs.
Spec it up.
8K maximum output resolution
Oh.
and 120 hertz refresh rate. So you'll get those PC. I have a feeling they're never going to push it that far with these games. There's no way a hardware like that can push 8K at 120 hertz constantly. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you'll probably get it
yeah.
fluctuating.
Yeah.
And an NVMe solid state drive, so you will get instantaneous load times,
Yeah.
just like PC people experience.
Yeah. The NVMe's are nuts.
Yeah. So that is what we're expecting to see from that, and I bet we see more E3. That's my guess. They're
Yeah.
going to show off
More live gameplay.
live
Yeah.
gameplay and launch titles.
Yeah, 1,000% they will.
And price. We'll get a price.
Think it'll bring down the price of like the older Xbox?
Oh yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
What do you think the price is going to be?
Fuck.
Because there's no Kinect this time, so there's nothing like that driving the
They could-
price of it up.
$800.
No.
Jesus Christ,
No.
no way.
It'd be 4 or 5.
Yeah. So here's another thing that we know about the Xbox coming out. We know there are multiple SKUs that are going to be available for this new series. So this one's called the Series X. My
Oh, so
guess.
so you can get it with more hard drive space or
That makes me think there will be an $800 one
So,
for something.
which is possible
Yeah.
because my guess is because this was codenamed Scarlet, right? This is the Scarlet machine that they're showing
Yeah.
us. There's another machine that they had codenamed Lockhart, and Lockhart is supposed to be the either digital only or the kind of the Xbox One S version.
Yeah.
Let's call it the Series S.
Okay, well then I take it back what I said. Not 800. There might be like a $300 version.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
There's going to be a inexpensive version, and then this will probably I'm going to guess $600. That's my
You're
guess.
thinking I was thinking they were going to avoid that number because of how poorly the
the
PS3 went.
got
Yeah.
revealed. Yeah, that was a very poor. Did you know about this? They announced the PS3 and they said $600 because they were flying high off the PS2, right? And they said, and people were like, "What
They
the
fully
fuck?"
they fully sent that, bro.
And
We're
then-
like 600 balls on the table.
There was like a quote from like the president at the time, and he went, "Just get a second job."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was a whole thing. That
the
was
second job thing.
That
Yeah.
was like as bad as like the Xbox tripping up this generation with their like
Yikes.
get the Kinect and digital always on and all that stuff. That's what almost kind of that's what put
Yeah.
the Xbox in
And
the,
I don't
in the
think
last place.
In this economy, they're going to try to push 600. I don't think so.
So like 500.
I think
again?
5.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
probably a safe bet.
Maybe 5 for that, 3 for the digital only rumored one.
Okay, that's a good bet because that's like the Switch's price point. So that's an easy thing to
Yeah,
kinda
and you're getting a console
wrap my
like
head around.
that can push 8K already and is ready for that kind of content. They could even be like, watch all of your 8K videos in here from our streaming service.
Do those
And
videos
yeah,
exist?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think they can really lean in to the 500 on the media aspects of their unit,
Right.
which is kind of what PS4 did, really. But they could keep doing that vibe.
Of course. So now we can move on.
Yeah. Well, the first thing they showed of this was a Hellblade sequel, Senua's Saga, but they played this all running on Xbox Series X hardware trailer, kind of.
Looks real
The thing was
freaking cool.
I was scared. I was scared at her chanting at me.
That game was the first Hellblade game was like really good.
I have to
like,
play it now.
Like bringing these like crazy
Yeah.
visual mind fuckeries
Yeah.
to the
I
front.
can only imagine what's going to happen with this.
Looks like the same actress,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
And
But,
she was like she was like a designer in the studio.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah, she
That's
wasn't
cool.
an actress. They like just used her
Yeah.
in the recording, and she just became an actress
Damn.
essentially. And man, it is.
This is freaky.
wanna play it.
Like I got chills a little bit. But like the water, the rain, the mountains, like the rocks, the reflections. It looked like a pre-rendered video.
Now this is all like in
Yeah.
engine gameplay.
Mhm.
I mean, fuck yeah, that looks amazing. Like, oh my god, like look how good that shit is.
Was that her?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaky.
Yeah.
So we're watching the trailer in case you were wondering. For Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
I still need to play that.
It's a good, quick, fun jaunt. By fun, I don't mean fun. By fun, I mean fun, but like
An unnerving
It's an
deep dive into mental illness.
correct, and it's quite good. That was one of Locke's game of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved it.
when we
Yeah.
when we had that game out.
Yeah, but that was a full in-engine trailer.
Beautiful. I'm excited for this next generation because it pushes when you get next generation games, it pushes the entire industry to
Oh,
a
of
new
course.
to a
Yeah.
new level.
Yeah.
Even us PC people, you know what I mean? Which is awesome. I
Right, because
like
they
seeing that.
want PC to keep the edge. So how
Right.
wild can we get over here?
Well, because I feel like a lot of games that come out are built for the consoles, right? Like they're built to like be able to support those.
Sure, yeah.
And then the PC players are like, well, my big beefy computer needs some love too.
I want to play that game, but prettier.
Then you get your Star Citizens.
Exactly.
The next thing we got was the Fortnite Cup win. Okay, so the kid who won the $3 million prize money.
Booga.
Prize money, yeah. Booga, yes. He won Best Esports Player of 2019.
That's a funny word.
Booga.
It's a name.
Now, I don't know if I should go down this road. I don't know much about this specific player or the community that he's a part of, but some of the people that I follow on Twitter from my other communities did not like this choice.
Why?
They said, well, one of the tweets that I saw was like imagine winning esports player of the year with only being in one one competition. Like I think it was like his first cup or something.
Got
Which
you. Wait, let me see
Doesn't
who else is
mean
here.
he can't win. Maybe he's really that good. But yeah, I don't know.
I see.
There was a lot of negativity around
I
the
can't
around the
speak
choice.
to any of these people because I don't know League of Legends. I don't know esports players.
Right.
So,
We need an esports correspondent.
We
I
had
guess-
this conversation
People
last year.
but
We
to,
did,
but
yeah.
to be fair, out of all these players, I knew who Booga was because I know he won the $3 million prize, and then a month later he got doxxed, and the police got sent to his place. So,
Because he won?
well, he won, got more popular because as you do, you'll get more popular. He streams, so naturally you get the haters and you get the people it was. I don't want to say it's bound to happen, but like you open yourself
shouldn't
up
be,
once you get
but,
that
yeah.
kind of recognition. So like a month or two later, he got like doxxed. and
Yeah.
It's some bullshit.
It is.
Don't behave that way, people. Come on. We got our first look right after that of Godfall, which was labeled as our first PlayStation 5 game, and
It's real. It's
Yeah,
real, folks.
it's happening. Yeah.
Mm.
Godfall,
didn't do anything for
they
you.
call this a loot slasher.
Nah, it did nothing.
A slusher.
A
A
slusher.
slusher.
That sounds disgusting.
I know, right? But I hate to break it to you because like they got on stage and talked about it like it was like this new thing. I'm like, but Diablo is a
Yeah.
slasher.
Wait, so I kill things and I get loot? No, I know exactly what kind of game you're
I
making.
know.
Yeah.
You don't have to like
1,000%.
you don't have to
I know what
pretend
this
that we
is.
don't
Yeah.
know. But it looks really cool. And if it is fun, and probably like because Diablo is like limited by its like top-down view and all that stuff. hell, it could be a cool thing.
Could be. Who knows? We'll have to. I need to see the
Yeah.
game in actuality because right now it just seems like why would I play this over any other game
That does
that is
what you
that's
do.
centered around loot and action?
Yeah, we gotta see more. I would say.
Yeah.
This is a Gearbox joint venture,
Oh, they're making
which is
that.
interesting.
So what's that? Pitchford?
Pitchford,
Pitchford's doing that.
Pitchford's doing. He's doing.
Randy Pitchford.
Randy Pitchford.
Pitchford's doing a loot game. Big surprise, huh?
Surprise.
I'm being sarcastic.
Not surprised.
Because he makes Borderlands.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the joke.
I'm just
I
kidding.
was elected to lead, not to read.
Sorry.
I'm only 41, dude. I'm not,
just
I'm
explained
not
my joke, that's
61.
Okay, boomer.
All right. So
Okay,
next,
boomer. You guys just gonna keep saying that to me.
All right. So Jeff rattles off 3 more awards quickly. And they showed off a new Bravely Default trailer. It's a RPG game. It's a JRPG.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
I
didn't-
don't know
I
much
didn't
about this.
care.
I played the first one. I played Bravely Default.
How is it?
I didn't like it that much, but it had a cool concept in its battle system, in that you could like kind of preload your attacks. You can kind of like loan yourself moves to be able to move before the enemy. But then if you didn't kill them, you like wouldn't have 5 turns. I think 5 was the max, right? So
We
you
could
could
just like queue up moves.
you could queue up like
Okay.
attack 5 times in a row, and then like you would skip the next 5 turns essentially.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and every character could like play that differently, like attack, not attack, like whatever. I kind of thought that broke the game for me a little bit early on because I was like, well, I'll front load everything.
Well, I wonder if it gets harder later on.
I think no, it definitely does. I didn't play long enough to get to that point because some of the premise of the game. This is a slight spoiler if anyone is ever interested in playing Bravely Default 1. You essentially play the game again because that's part of the story. Like you're reliving the game. Like you go back in time and like you play this stuff again on like a loop, kind of. So there's that aspect to the game, and there probably are more difficult challenges as you go.
And it looks like the art the art's very cool. It looks very good. It looks like the Octopath Traveler people are on that.
Yeah, it's there was a Final Fantasy game that they share a designer, which is why I was originally interested in it. But I'll look that up.
Mind if I move on while you
Yeah,
do
go
that?
for it.
Next, we got Ikumi Nakamura on the stage. Now,
Our favorite.
She is.
She's doing that game with ghosts, right?
but she doesn't work for that company anymore.
Oh, she
so she
But she did announce that
she
game. Yeah,
announced
that was
that
her E3,
game,
yeah.
Yeah.
and that's where we all learned about the lovely Nakamura.
It was called Ghosts of Tokyo.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Tokyo Ghost.
Tokyo Ghost.
I think it's Tokyo Ghost or Ghost of Tokyo,
Yeah.
something like that.
which looks really cool.
It's one of those two.
No idea if they're still working on it.
Sorry, I'm going to interject
Go
back
back.
in.
Go
The original Bravely Default designer, the artist, has done like Final Fantasy Tactics, Vagrant Story. Like that's him. That's his design style.
That looks.
Yeah.
That does explain that.
Final Fantasy 12. I was like, oh, cool.
It's a very distinct style.
Yeah.
And a very good style, I would
Yeah.
say.
I mean, it's an okay game. Check it out. I didn't just vibe with it personally.
What did she announce? She announced Best Art Direction. And she was super adorable on stage. This article isn't saying what she
Yeah.
announced.
I know which.
Slight apologies
I know
to our
what
listeners
won-
out
I
there.
know
We had
what
this
won.
great idea to go through the show as it happened, but we didn't make sure all the winners were there in line. So
I didn't put my notes
we'll have to
together.
scroll back down. Best, what was it,
What did she
director?
announce? She did Best Art Direction.
Yeah,
Art
which
direction.
was Control.
Yeah, dude, yeah. It was Control. It was between Death Stranding, Grease, Sayonara Wild Hearts, and Sekiro, and Link's Awakening. All
And
very
I-
good picks.
And I learned as I was watching that that's how you pronounce Grease,
Grease, yeah.
which is I thought it was pronounced Gree. but
Gree.
it's
No,
Gris.
we had this discussion because
Grease.
Greece is Spanish for gray, and gris I think is French for gray.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just
So what do you think of Control winning that? Pretty good.
I wrote on Twitter that I thought it deserved it. But
Cool.
here's the thing, I don't think it was. I don't think the art in the game was implemented for art's sake. So there's a bit of a philosophical question about like,
I think the design.
do they deserve it if they didn't implement it for art's
I think
sake?
if there's a visual style to the game, that is absolutely the art direction of the game, and that counts.
It's a visual style that then in that game, in Control,
Mm-hmm.
it's a visual style that does get incorporated in the gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
It's
even more of a
essential
reason.
to the whole game itself, right?
Yeah.
But like Grease was more like that game was more like a game where they were
For
trying
art.
to make art,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you're right. Because it's a very watercolor, picturesque.
So I guess when it
game.
comes down to it with art direction, it's like how is it defined by the board of people voting or whoever voted for that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Is it defined as does the art in your game become practical to the game and be a part of the game?
Well, like looking at it, like Link's Awakening, for example, had a very specific choice in its art,
Right.
in its style,
They did-
the diorama style.
Yeah, the model set, the tilt shift camera.
Which
vibe.
honestly, if that one, I would have been like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great looking. They had a style and they stuck to it. Even
But
with
once again, that's kind of like with Grease. It's a game where the art really doesn't mean anything. It could be completely different.
no, the art. I mean, because like look at the games that they're comparing here: Grease to Death Stranding and Sekiro, which are very gritty, dark games. Art direction is the all-encompassing factor that makes up the game, right? The visual style that they
Yeah.
choose to go with. It's
and
not just it being art for
Yeah,
art's sake.
yeah,
right,
exactly.
I know
Yeah.
it's not. It's clear that Control won
Based
because
off of its-
Control's art was a part of the game mechanic.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You
I mean,
know,
I don't even think it has to go that deeply. I think if a game has a striking visual style, regardless of whether it's like a cartoony world that is more along the lines of like art in terms of its definition, right? This was like someone drew this, so like best art direction. Like it doesn't have to go that deep. It can just be a literal the look of the game, the design of the game, and how it visually shows you its world. Because you look at the screenshots for Control, and the game is very visually striking. Very
I mean,
visually striking.
it's what captured me when I first saw it. You know, like even before playing it, I was like, "This is a very interesting looking design that sucked. You know, it sucked me in to want to play it."
And
which
that's
is-
why they won Best Art Direction. 'Cause that's 100% the
100%.
result of that formula.
100%. Let's see. J.J. Abrams came out and he explained.
did.
He explained about.
This shit was nuts, dude. This shit was kind of nuts for advertising.
Go ahead. Yeah, well, getting J.J.
Well, first of all,
The
J.J.
movie's out in
Abrams,
like a week. Yeah.
director of many films and producer of many more. Director of the new Star Wars, right?
Yes.
Rise
Comes
of
out
Skywalker.
Thursday.
Comes out Thursday. He comes on to the stage of the Game Awards and says, log on to Fortnite on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern and play our Star Wars event, and you'll see a new clip of the movie. And participate in all the things you can get that are Star Wars themed and all the things that
What
happen
kind
in
of
it.
crazy marketing world do we live
It's
in?
just the future. It's the future of marketing, man. And games are playing a very obvious, important role of that. They know how many people are going to be playing Fortnite, so they're like, yo, just get all these people, get our shit in front of these people. If they somehow don't know Star Wars is coming out, here are more people that can know Star Wars is coming out. Just a smart marketing move.
Especially for a game inside a game like Fortnite, which is like the
Yeah.
biggest game in the world.
And it's free to play, so you don't even have to like invest anything besides have a way to play that game.
Yep. Pretty nailed it.
It's
It's
the
insane.
smartest thing, yeah.
Right after that, they showed off like all the stuff you get when you participate.
There's like a TIE fighter, like one of the mechanics in Fortnite is your glider, which can help you like as you fall, kind of aim, reposition where you're
like
going.
like a
There's like a
parachute
TIE
style.
fighter, yeah, stuff like that.
The next thing that happened was they showed off Harley Quinn came on screen,
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
and she
She was hanging out with Courage, and
I was gonna say, like, I was
Yeah.
watching it. I was like, they're putting this actress against these non-actor people, and it is weird.
well, Courage, and I think it's the other, I don't know her name, but the girl that was there, I think, her, him, and Nade Shot do their like 100 Thieves podcast or something, and they're like it's a visual podcast. They like record it. I think it's that squad that was with her
Oh,
in this
I didn't
trailer.
know idea
yeah.
who those people were, and I was just like sitting there going, what's happening?
Yeah, who are these people?
I honestly was
Courage
watching,
was one of the streamers of the year, up for nomination. He didn't win, but he was on that list.
cool.
Yeah.
honestly, I watched that clip and I literally thought they were just performers from the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I could tell. I was
I
like,
had no
these are
idea.
not actors.
I had no
Next
idea.
to
They are,
Margot Robbie.
Influencers.
So the next thing that happened was we saw a Cyberpunk sound vignette.
Oh
They
my
showed
God.
off crazy visuals.
Another thing that was so fucking cool to me,
Yeah,
personally.
I don't think it was mixed that well. Like the audio, I couldn't. I mean, I was in the voice chat.
I went back and I watched the YouTube
I need to
clip
see-
of
I
it.
need
And
to do
it's still
It's good?
yeah, it was good.
Visually looked cool.
Yeah.
And they announced a lot of the artists that were going to be performing in the game.
Just so conceptually, and I tweeted about this as well when I first saw it, but conceptually, this is such a fucking cool idea where they had these artists create music for the world that's not their music. You know, like it's not going to be.
Well, it's
It is, but it
They're
isn't.
making their music for the world of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, it's essentially like imagine what music will be like in 50 years and write that.
Yes.
And that is such an interesting like exercise to me, especially from all these different musicians and all their different styles. And I'm so excited to hear more because the song, like, it didn't sound like good, air quotes good, because it's not our sensibilities. So whoever like wrote that first one that they showed really leaned into that concept, and it made me actually really like it. And I'm like, oh shit! I listened to it again, try to like predict where it would go. There, like the format of the song. Like I'm just a very musical minded person, and that shit really gets me going, dude. And I can't fucking wait to hear what everyone else's like answer to this was. Like what
It's
what was your
awesome.
essay? You know, write an essay about music. Let's read your
It's
essays.
awesome because it shows you the lengths that they're going to try and create
To make it feel
to make
real.
it feel like a real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna feel real as shit, and it's just another indicator of
I'm
that.
scared. This game's scaring me, you guys. I'm scared.
I'm so fucking excited.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
pretty.
so excited.
Um,
They say it right there in the tweet. In Cyberpunk's official tweet here, they say, "What does Night City sound like?"
and they rattle off all the artists.
Dude, Run the Jewels is there. Grimes.
Aesop Rocky's the only one I
Run the
recognize.
Jewels is nuts, man.
Grimes did a performance.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
people that play the song.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
girl
the girl. Yeah.
Oh, word, that's who that was.
who did the performance art piece.
Yes.
Yeah,
that
cool.
was also music.
that was also music.
Oh, here's that tweet from Luke Plunkett. Mad respect for the awards, the Game Awards show for giving up the awards part. That was the
God,
tweet in that
it's
article
Luke.
I pointed out.
Good tweet, Luke.
Who's Luke again?
Is he Destiny related?
No, he's
he's
Kotaku.
Kotaku's
Yeah.
editor. Word. Nice.
It's
pin
just
tweet.
it's just a dumb like tweet to get interaction. He knows people are gonna like either like hard agree or hard disagree. He's just fucking getting his Twitter numbers up.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Good tweet, Luke.
Norman Reedus shows up on stage after this.
Yeah, I saw that. He did a.
Did you see how he was looking at Kojima every time it was like Kojima was either accepting an award or talking or something? Like Norman Reedus looked at him like he was absolutely in love, and I bet the journey the two of them have had creatively over the years making this game has made them like inseparable and just this bond of humans together.
My heart.
And
my heart
I
only takes
played
so
the
much.
game, and you can see that this is apparent. And they're sitting next to together, just
They're
buddy
just-
buddy.
They're just doing their thing
They're just
together.
man, they're just fucking the most in love
The whole
brothers.
front row was all Death Stranding team.
Yeah.
It was the whole team. Anyone who was not Mads. I don't think Mads was there, but
He wasn't. He was evidently not there because he won an award
and he did. Yeah.
and didn't like accept it. And I was like, this is weird.
One of the behind the scenes in Death Stranding, there is like a video of apparently they interviewed Norman. He was like, so I would get in the motion capture suit and Kojima would just sit me down and he's like, just do stuff. Just do things. And he would do like this. He's like, oh, that's great. Yeah, do more of that. Do more stuff like that. And all that shit shows up in the game. Like him sitting in his like private room, just like dancing and like doing random. Just
Yeah, the part I love.
what a thing.
God, the part when he, you have this like, I guess they're collectibles that you can get in the game. They're like little figurines, and at one point you can select it, and when you select the figurines, like Norman Reedus like turns to the camera and he goes,
And then the camera zooms through him.
to look at it.
Yeah,
Like,
he
points at
he
it,
goes up
and
to
then
the camera,
the
and then he
camera
goes
zooms
like
in.
that, and then the camera follows his finger to like the figurines on the
So
desk.
extra.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
There's
I love
literally
it.
you can walk up to a mirror and you can like hit a direction, and then like Norman will like look at the mirror and like. touch
I've
his
seen
face.
screenshots of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Norman gets on stage and asks and announces the best action game, which was the winner was Devil May Cry, and that was between some random this category confuses me because Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Modern Warfare, Gears 5, and Metro were also on that. Most of them are first-person shooters. The only non-first-person shooters are Astral Chain and Devil May Cry. Those are straight-up action
It's a
games.
confusing category.
Yeah.
Like what's action?
What is?
So like
I mean,
isn't
most games are
most
action.
games are exactly.
Not all games, but a lot.
lot of games are
A lot
action,
of games
yeah.
are. But anyway, Devil May Cry took that.
You could call Portal an action game.
action puzzler as well.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's definitely a puzzle, obviously, but like if we're making ridiculous comparisons and recategorizing, you could make the argument legitimately for that being an action game. Like it just is. The lines I think are too blurred for something like that.
Yeah. Trying to speed this along a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I'm into that. Yeah.
This is a cool segment because Mirage from Apex Legends shows up, and apparently he was live mocapping from the Respawn studio.
The actor.
Oh.
I thought it was when I watched this, I was like, oh, they practiced a pre-recorded
Exactly.
thing.
I thought it was a video, and I was like, wow, they actually did that really well. That's a good job. He's reacting
But
at
it
the
was-
right time to this video, but
It was literally
That actually makes a lot more
the
sense.
actor, which we all know.
it was very
I-
natural. It was
I-
a very
It
natural
was
conversation.
Akin Downs, Robin Akin Downs, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Very prolific voice actor. He's in like everything.
Tons.
Like he's another Troy Baker that isn't as like popular as Troy Baker.
But he's been around longer.
Yeah.
He's been around longer. He's older, and
Mm-hmm.
he was doing long before he did a lot of video games. Before that industry got bigger, he was doing mostly
Like animated features and
animated features. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of the DC animated features.
stuff. Nice. Yeah, he's in a lot of that stuff. You see his name everywhere.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a live interaction, and he was mocapping live during that segment. Very cool.
That's dope.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, but Magic the Gathering was very
Jesus
very
fucking
prolific.
Christ.
Yeah.
They must have been a huge ad, like a
Yeah.
huge ad spot for them because they were promoting the fuck out of Magic cards, like the game, like all kinds of like they had like a
And they weren't even like
Pathfinder game too.
they weren't just promoting video games, right? They were promoting card games as well.
Their virtual card game, their like arena card game. They had I think they announced like a single like an RPG as well in this. Anyway, I just had to point that out because Jesus Christ.
It's Jason Bourne.
We got yeah. So we got Muppets on stage. We got Honeydew and Beaker
Yeah,
popped
dude.
out,
Professor Honeydew.
and they hung out with the Untitled Goose, which was funny.
yeah.
That was kind of funny.
I just
Good
wanted to make a point, Neo. Robin Atkin Downs has 400 credits.
Man,
His
he
earliest
works.
credit
The grinder.
was Legolas in the Lord of the Rings video game from 1990,
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
and a small bit part
Good for that boy.
in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show.
So let's see, Jeff. They announced the Games for Impact Award. The Muppets did, and they gave it to Grease.
Grease.
Grease. What did we land on?
Grease.
It's Grease.
Grease. Sorry.
We didn't land on anything. The developers spoke the
word.
name of their title, so we know.
The only other game I recognize in that list was Life is Strange 2. I'm gonna keep going.
Let's go.
Jeff rattles off 3 more awards: Best Sports and Racing, Best Family, and Best Mobile Games, which was the Nintendo category, by the way. The family category,
yeah.
all Nintendo games.
Yep.
So we got, respectively, Crash Team Racing, that was the racing, Luigi's Mansion 3, and Call of Duty Mobile as the mobile game.
When they're referring to best family game, are they talking about the family playing together, or
Fun for all families.
All members of the family can
Yeah,
play.
I think it's more like the content in the game is
Can
acceptable
be
for the family.
For fun for the family, yeah. And Luigi's Mansion 3 took that.
It's pretty fun.
I'd say it's a game that I'm keeping my eyeballs on it.
Yeah,
I could
wanna
very
play it.
easily see myself playing that game and trying to solve the puzzles,
Mm-hmm.
and then having a family member like look over my shoulder and go,
It-
"What are you playing?"
And
then
you play it together. You
and
like
then you
solve
you
together.
start like trying to figure out where things are, and then they help you with that.
It does have multiplayer aspects to it too.
It does.
There's like
It
some
does.
like arena
Check-
things.
I haven't tried
That's
it
cool.
yet. But
Another world premiere for a game called Weird West, an action
can't
RPG.
wait. Can't wait.
That looks
So
very, very
this,
cool.
This stood out
It's
to you?
Devolver, yeah.
Oh hell yeah, Devolver. We like Devolver.
I love Devolver games.
This did look very cool.
Looks like a very Diablo top-down style,
Mm-hmm.
cool art style. Okay, action RPG.
Buzzwords, good buzzwords.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna get Weird West,
Why not? Let's see more. That's cool.
especially if they drop it on the Switch.
I mean that game. Any game that looks like that, I'm like fucking put that on Switch, yo. I want that. Take that with me. And that's from the co-creators of Dishonored and Prey. Cool. Those are some good games.
Speaking of the Switch, and this is just for fans of this game. I'm the only fan of this game.
Of what? Wait, which
Marvel
game?
Ultimate Alliance 3 got a trailer update.
That was
Cool.
that was in the beginning. They were showing
Their
a
next-
character
their-
was coming out. Yeah.
Their next DLC thing is going to be X-Men. It's going to have Gambit
Nice.
and Phoenix,
Okay, cool.
Cable, and Iceman. So
Cool.
Nice.
That's a good update.
Yes.
If that game ever gets cut below $30, I'd pick it up.
And the date.
I still wouldn't.
Damn.
The date is for that release is the 23rd of December, so it's real close.
Looks like you got some
I'll play it.
smashing to do.
Yeah.
So we got the best multiplayer game, and Apex Legends took that. Ninja announced that guy.
Yep.
He came on to announce that, and someone made a comparison to a Fire Emblem character. He looks like.
Yeah, it looks a lot like him actually.
He came out wearing a camo suit. A lot of jokes about that I saw, like he just coming out with a head.
Yeah.
Like it's just a head. You cut off his body.
Why is there a floating head right here?
Yeah.
Can't see anything.
Apex Legends took that. That's cool. Multiplayer. Who were the other guys? Who were the other multiplayer games? Borderlands 3, Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Division 2.
I could not under fucking stand.
We were talking about this.
How,
That's
out of all the games that are multiplayer games,
Mm-hmm.
the Division 2 is on this list.
that game got dropped from everyone's mouths.
Everyone stopped
like
playing
a
that game a month
after it
later.
came out. And that breaks my heart as someone who was
Yeah.
who was holding the Division 2
It was
flag.
a great core game. Like
I played the game entirely alone.
the loop of the game,
It sucks.
the gameplay
What are
loop
they
was
talking
solid.
about multiplayer?
I know, yeah, but it's like designed around that. You know what I mean?
It's not though. It's not
Okay.
designed around it. They wanted that to be the game, but they didn't design it enough to really lean into it and need it. Which is my whole problem with why it's on this list. Because yeah, you can the things are built in to play with friends. The pathways are baked in.
Yeah.
It's very easy. It's designed for sure to be played with people, but you can be just as effective alone because of how it scales and how the entire game works and how it's designed. There's nothing that you gain with playing with your friends.
No.
Yeah.
It's not
Well, there's the
built.
there's only the group event, like the
Yeah.
group missions.
I played it
right?
entirely alone with no issue.
I think it would have been not to get into like a critique of the game now, but I think it would have benefited a lot more if it did the Destiny thing where when you leave the camp, right, you can see other players running around. That probably would have been more beneficial.
Yeah.
Maybe and like I like the live events, like the events that go on in the world. Get players to move to locations to fight together.
Yeah.
That's just my
No, it's
my 2 cents. When you make a game like this, I think you need those kinds of things.
Yeah, because
right?
there wasn't an incentive to play with people or to stay in the game after you were done the campaign to find new things to do. There wasn't like a lure.
Yeah, no, there's
be in there.
nothing to hang on to.
No.
Destiny's
Which is a shame
very
because
good at that.
a 1-to-1 Washington D.C. It was gorgeous. It was so well done. The gunplay felt amazing. Like it was
Yeah.
a great.
It's
It was a
still- it's
great
still
video
great
game.
Of those, yeah.
I like every once in a while I'm like, what if I just pop in and run around DC? Like it feels great to play the game, but it just
100%
there's no staying power. Oh, and the soundtrack slapped too.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, those are the pluses and minuses of that game. Apex Legends taking it. I think it deserves it. It exploded out of nowhere.
Absolutely,
and,
it does. Yeah.
And it gained ground on the Battle Royale field. And it did something slightly different by mashing up the hero class base with the, run and gun shooting first-person action.
There's a game coming out called Project A that looks very, very exciting in terms of like a class-based
really-
shooter. Yeah. It's gonna
That's
be cool. We'll be keeping an eye on it.
I just think Apex was very lucky to break in and hold its ground in that because a lot of other games try and do that shit and they don't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's Respawn. They
I mean,
pulled it
they
off,
hit the
like-
ground running real hard with all the content creator sponsors they had
Yeah,
playing that in the beginning.
they did all the right things.
But also they had to make a good core game or else that marketing would never stick. It wouldn't work. But then the game itself is a good game. So they deserve it.
See, after that we got it looks like the Ghost of Tsushima trailer.
Oh yeah.
The continuation.
It continued from the State of Play. Dude, that game looks fucking awesome.
I know I tweeted this to you, Felix. I went back to the 2018 E3, like the 8-minute gameplay trailer they had.
Yeah.
And I was like, this game even still looked gorgeous then, dude.
Well,
where he's riding the horse through like the wheat fields.
Besides that, whenever I see first off, I tweeted this numerous times. Cinematic trailers do dick for me.
yeah, sure.
They're a waste of time.
You're not the only one with that opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel the same way.
So, I think initially they had a cinematic of this, and then they had the gameplay one, which was amazing and showed combat.
Yeah.
This one that I saw, I was worried it was another cinematic because it kind of started off pretty cinematic.
It was.
But then it
Probably all in engine.
It's all in engine.
it's
cinematic,
all in
Yeah.
engine cinematic, but that still doesn't help to show me cool things you didn't show me before. One
Right.
thing they showed was the character climbing on ledges and shit. and like
And that did it for you.
I started thinking like, well, maybe this game is going to be a little bit more vertical, you know,
Yeah.
with your ability because it's. Did we determine is it open world?
More or less, yes.
More or less? What does
Most-
that
most-
fucking mean?
Probably yes.
Most probably,
Most probably maybe.
or more like Last of Us open,
Yes.
meaning big, huge like sections, as opposed to it being like a linear game that's just on a rail. It's not a rail. It's more like a path, a wide path.
Perhaps maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I honestly can't say. It
Yeah.
looks very open, especially from the first trailer when he's riding through the field.
Yeah, that
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 specifically?
seems like super open.
I'm just
But-
cutting through this trailer here.
That could also just be a
Very
segment.
Assassin's
you
Creed.
know,
Right, it
like-
could just be an
like
open
an
area
area
in
in the
a-
game
yeah.
that's open,
Yeah.
like how God of War did it.
Sure.
God of War wasn't fully open. There were whole sections where you're just in corridors walking
Mm-hmm.
somewhere or whatever. But then you would get to this like big, huge open area that was one of the 9
The big
realms or whatever.
Yeah.
The hub area. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
You get to a realm and then the realm.
I wish Sekiro did it for me, but like it got really hard for me. Like I could not beat my head against that game. I'm hoping this is a nice balance of like,
I'm hoping it's
challenge
not
and-
like Sekiro at all. But
Yeah.
It's just a game.
and it's just a fun game.
And I play the story and I enjoy
There are
it.
definitely places for the Sekiros, but I want to. I love me some samurai action. I'm all about it.
I'm really excited to experience this because of its like historical, like where it lands in there. Because I'm pretty sure like it's meant to be pretty accurate in terms of like what's happening in Japan historically
it.
at this time.
This when I saw this come on screen, like it said the Ghost,
Yeah.
which is your character. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
does
very Kojima,
yeah, that is
It's a
very
very
that's- you're-
Kojima thing to
You're
do.
1,000% right. Yeah.
pulling up the name card and like
He's not involved in this game at all, is he?
No.
no, probably not.
But that's 100% something he would do. Like
Yeah, 'cause-
you would see a character get a hint of who they are or what they do, how they fight, whatever, and then it would be like their face, and then like it would kind of still frame, and then
Introduction,
boom, the name,
introduction,
yeah.
Like the first time you see Revolver Ocelot in
There it
Metal
is.
Gear, yeah,
See him on the ledge?
you
Like,
see him pull his revolver out and spin it, and it just says Revolver Ocelot.
Yeah. But
And then
that's
the voice actor.
that's Kojima's love of movies doing
Yeah.
that.
I mean, they're trying to push this out before the PS5.
Yeah.
Like they want to get this game before launch for whatever reason. Like they could honestly have pushed it back, but I think they want to put it on PS4.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play that game.
100%.
That looks
I
like a
can't wait.
game I'm.
I
very
cannot
interested.
wait for Ghost of Tsushima.
Did you guys play Infamous? The Infamous games?
Infamous.
I have access to all of them.
Did I think I?
Second Son. That was a close to a launch game of.
I think I
PS4.
played First Light a little bit because it was free on PS3.
I played the
at some
original
point.
That was-
Infamous.
that's true.
That's all I played.
The original one, same studio. That's the studio of Infamous.
Where you can be evil and like burn
Yep.
or electrocute people.
Troy Baker in Second Son looks like the character pretty much.
Oh yeah.
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 And like he did all of the face and the mocap for it, but like that dude Delson, this was like an early game. Looks just like Troy. This dude right here. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Cool game. Pretty cool. Neon power. Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to get off track, but had to bring it up. Oh my God! Somebody fell asleep in the audience. That's hilarious. Jerk ass. Gears XCOM was showed off, or whatever. Gears Tactics. Best ongoing game. Guess who won that?
That was the highway robbery right there. Personal opinion.
Yeah, Fortnite won it.
Fortnite.
But it was up against Apex, which is his first year. I don't think that's a good ongoing game.
No.
Game
But, I mean,
for the first year.
Great game, but out of the things it's up against, not a winner.
Yeah, I think your Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and Rainbow Six Siege, all probably are good contenders.
I would have been happy
does
with
ongoing mean?
A game that's being constantly treated.
developed,
Yeah.
updated, dropping new things to do in there continuously, kind of forward.
So like your Destiny 2 is a good example.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege, though it's not a
But
story game.
Did Fortnite win because it just drops content more frequently?
It doesn't.
If
But
the,
it kind
well,
of
there-
does.
well,
if
yeah,
the
it's got
content drops
seasons.
are
And they just did the Chapter 2 release, which was that black hole thing. Remember that? That was a
Yeah.
whole thing.
I think the black hole thing might have been
Edged it.
what did
What
this.
edged
to
it
them,
over.
Yeah.
No.
I would have been happy with Destiny 2 or Final Fantasy 14.
14
I think those games
released their best content ever this year. Just saying.
I think that outweighs Fortnite because there's a much more variety of ways to play those games, and you get that all the time as opposed to just like a constantly developed one-dimensional battle royale.
Yeah.
That's like you play Fortnite for the battle royale. You play Final Fantasy 14, You can quest, you can
Combat,
raid, you can
there's a story.
like, chase weapon loot and grinds and
Raids.
stats and things like there's
Hunts.
all of those things. Explore the world, play the story, play the
Story,
campaign.
fully
There's-
voiced.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that to me, and that game is ongoing. So that
Correct.
edges that out
So
personally. But
boo you, Fortnite, for sucking all the oxygen.
you
Yeah, someone in this article, the tweet here is like, oh look, Final Fantasy 14 was robbed again.
Yep.
Someone called the police and gave Final Fantasy 14 a blanket because it's been fucking robbed. That's funny. That's hilarious.
did you see people started tweeting hashtag play Final Fantasy 14?
Oh really? Oh, I didn't see that. But yeah,
In
you should-
response to it
but
not
yeah, you
getting
should.
it.
Yep.
it literally is. I think it's the best Final Fantasy game currently, like period. Of modern Final Fantasies.
This
Yeah,
this could start a.
it's
whole
gonna start a
discussion.
thing, but it's
What's your era? What's your year cutoff to start?
13 plus.
2013 plus.
No. Final Fantasy 13. Plus.
Oh. Okay.
Because I'm still playing 12, and I don't know if I'm gonna finish that, but
Yeah.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good so far for as a Final Fantasy gamer. It's like 10.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
gonna go.
much.
I'm gonna go back and do 12. I think I scooped all those on Switch. when
All
they
the
went on sale.
sales, all
Yeah.
the sales for 10 have been going on. I'm like, don't you fucking buy that Neo until you finish 12.
I already bought them all.
It's 20. It was like $25, and I'm like, why,
And then I
why
bought.
the fuck why not?
I
do
bought 15 for the PC. I'm gonna play it on there. Make it look
See,
real pretty.
It's gonna look good,
Yeah.
but you're not gonna. It's not Final Fantasy to me. it's just a. I mean,
It's
look,
yeah.
it does its best, right?
Yeah.
But then again, they finished the story
It
after
does.
they released
yeah.
it. So.
I mean, it feels like it to me, but I know what your point. I feel your point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I
an
do.
in-depth, like 7. Okay, see
We
what
have to
happens.
stop. We have to stop. We
You
have
guys
to
are
stop.
Fucking nerd
We
scrumming
have
over
to
there.
are, we're
stop this
about to.
conversation.
All right, we're gonna move on because we're gonna talk about this when 7 drops.
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah,
talk.
of
We're
course,
gonna have this
1000%,
talk
yeah.
about this. Okay, so esports game of the year, League of Legends, cool.
Did it?
That's-
Did
I
it get
mean,
it? I didn't even pay attention.
That's a worldwide phenomenon, so that makes a
Yeah,
lot
that
of
game
sense.
is
yeah.
massive. Fun fact: they just settled their sexual abuse settlement.
Oh, good.
Oh,
So congratulations to you,
Wow, okay.
Riot Games. Mads Mikkelsen won Best Performance in Death Stranding. And let me just read the other actors because
I still haven't got to a part where I actually
Dude.
see him in a performance.
he brings it. Fuck, they all bring it, and like the deeper you get into that story, they fucking bring it.
Okay.
Let me say, because when you get real actors like that, instead of, I mean, I'm not trying to
yeah.
shit on the other actors because
Sure,
they're
sure.
all amazing. Because you got Ashley Birch as Pervardi from Outer Worlds. You got Courtney Hope from Control, the main
The main
character.
character.
Laura Bailey from Gears. I didn't play Gears, but she was the star of that game.
Laura Bailey.
Laura Bailey, yeah. Mads Mikkelsen.
Laura Bailey amazed me with the game Uncharted because she does
She was-
flawless. It sounds to me a flawless South African accent.
Oh, she's Nadine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
Fucking Nadine, and I'm just like, what?
What
Then you
the heck?
got Matthew Porretta, who was the weird doctor from Control. I forgot his name at this
It's
point.
always a weird doctor.
He was oh my god.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Doctor whatever his face. Oh my god, he was also in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes, he was.
Oh my god, it's
He
so
played.
funny.
He played.
I know.
What's
I know.
the guy's name?
It hurts. This guy.
Um,
This fucking guy.
Will Scarlett O'Hara.
That's right. You did it. You got there.
Will Scarlett O'Hara.
But Mads Mikkelsen took the
My
award.
name's Will Scarlett O'Hara.
Look at that. Gonna keep pushing it along here.
Yeah, dude.
We got some Green Day.
Oh Jesus!
This is
Christ.
just. This is them bridging that mainstream gap. That's what they got to do.
old
right?
dudes.
But why did they fucking bring Green Day on, dude?
I don't know, man. And then this is as someone who's been to like 7 Green Day shows. Just saying.
You have?
Yeah. When I was in high school, I went to a lot of Green Day shows.
You're a huge fan, so you were excited about in that moment.
I mean, I've seen them play Welcome to Paradise a lot of times. So yes, I was very happy for them just watching on the stream. I guess
I've never been a fan of Green Day personally.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I have one of my closest friends is a Green Day stan. Green Day stan all the way.
Big stan.
A lot of he is in a band, and a lot of his influences in musically definitely shows from Green Day. A lot of Green Day influences.
This is actually a funny tweet. This is because he said this weird thing. He was like, "This is gaming. It's supposed to be free love," says Billy Joe Armstrong, a man who has clearly not played a video game.
Oh my god, that's so good. That's amazing. So they got this article.
A man who's clearly
Not played a video game.
Reggie comes out now. He has a lovely speech
Oh,
about
I
loving the
fucking
industry.
love Reggie, man.
Good seeing Reggie.
Yeah, because he's no longer with Nintendo.
Just a big old ray of sunshine.
He's very positive about
Yeah.
the gaming community, man.
Yeah, and his love shines through
Yeah.
everything he does. And I wish he wasn't. I wish he does something else. Like
I
want
love
him
the
to,
one
like, do
quote.
stuff.
His one quote was amazing.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I tweeted it. I was just like, "Oh, that's really cool." I'll keep going.
Yeah.
The most important word of the night, according to this article, is fresh indie game. Oh, I guess that is the most important word because you gotta bring up the little guys.
Freshen it up.
Fresh indie game winner is Disco Elysium.
His quote was, "I'll always be an ambassador of video games as a source of good and a source of fun."
Yes.
Fuck yeah,
Good
Reggie.
quote.
Fuck yes, I love you. Where's that award? I want to see who else was in this. Best fresh indie game. Fresh indie game. Where are you? Here it is. Greece. Disco
Greece.
Elysium.
Grease. No, oh no, God damn it! Now
we're
I did.
doing it
It's
again.
Grease. It's Grease. It's
Grease.
Grease.
Outer
Greece.
Wilds, Slay the Spire,
Greece.
and Goose Game. So Disco Elysium took it, and honestly,
And I didn't know anything about it, so
from everything I've seen of Disco Elysium, it looks like it deserves it because of how freaking crazy that game
Yep.
is.
Yup.
Hell yeah. So they won again.
cool.
Good for them.
That's two. That's two, baby.
Ashley Birch comes out, Miss Aloy herself, and
Yeah, I
Havarti.
saw her.
Yeah.
she looks great.
It's wild.
She's
Once you see her face and Aloy's face, you're like, oh my God, you literally are Aloy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's weird. You ever see Hey Ash, What You Playing?
Yes,
Old online show.
yeah, it's
kinda?
great.
That's where she started. That was like
She got started with her brother. Her brother
Yeah.
was a writer
on
for
Borderlands.
on a couple Borderlands games.
For sure. She announces Best Game Direction, which
And
of
who
course
needed to win that? Fuck yeah,
Kojima.
dude.
That's our boy.
I feel like that category was just going to go to him. I don't know why, because
you-
they weren't going to give
you-
him Game of the Year.
You can't not. You can't not win that.
And that game takes a direction,
Yeah.
quote,
Yeah.
that no other game has taken before, and
Well,
it's wild.
just the fact that he did what he did with this game,
Yeah.
how he did it,
Slap
the
those
scope of
balls
it,
on the table.
It's
Yeah.
directing 101, man.
You
But,
mean
like,
how he basically won a bet and proved that he can actually make a game about postal
There's-
delivery?
I'm going to make a
so-
FedEx game,
there's
y'all.
so many aspects.
Watch me.
I'm gonna make a FedEx game.
So many
and
aspects to
people are gonna
support
play it.
his win for this?
I can't wait to talk Game of the Year discussion, you guys, because that game's going to
I'm-
come up a whole lot.
Shit. I'd love to see if I could play it before next week.
Do you need a copy of it? Fucking dealing
You
them
didn't
out.
buy it?
Dealing them out like drugs.
You didn't fucking buy it?
No, I haven't bought it. Why would I spend money on it if I'm
You're
not
not
playing
a
it right now?
supporter.
You must pre-order over here.
Pre-order boy.
Well, why would I spend the money if I'm not playing it right now, dude? I want to,
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
Season of Dawn came out, and
Borrow from
I'm
him.
Destiny grinding, bro.
Yeah, my roommate bought a copy, even though I already had a copy.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I want to buy this game.
I also
After
play a lot
watching
of
me play it
Pokemon,
for like 12
so-
hours. Yeah, that's what I'm currently playing.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah,
as
I'm
well.
suffering insomnia right now because of Fallout 76.
Stop
Because you're
playing.
playing it too late.
Because I'm playing it, a lot.
That'll do
Oh
it.
my god.
2 consoles, man.
Yeah.
So good for you, Kojima. I think this is the category for you.
Yes.
Let's see. What else were we missing here?
The Fast and the Furious game
Fast and
that
Furious
was
game came
developed on
out.
the PlayStation 3, apparently.
What happened to the music?
Yeah, it looks
yeah
so bad.
shit, it
Looks
looked bad.
really bad, dude.
God damn, it's so funny seeing them both come out.
Looked
Though.
really.
Fucking Vin Diesel sat there going, can't wait to see that trailer.
Whenever I see Michelle Rodriguez,
outta
I get irrationally angry
Why?
because of Anna Lucia in Lost.
Oh my.
Fuck Anna
God.
Lucia, dude.
Dude, that's so long ago in
played
my
it-
mind.
I hate her.
She
I
played
just-
a character in that?
Yeah, and her character was a bitch, dude. Like a ruthless, just horrible fucking person. She shot Michael.
Oh my god.
She shot Michael in the hatch.
What a bitch.
Fuck Anna
How could she
Lucia.
do that?
I'm sorry, Michelle Rodriguez. I know it's not really you, but your face, it is the same face, and I hate it.
I don't know her from anything, really. I didn't watch any of the Fast movies.
She was in the Resident Evil 1.
I barely remember that. I saw that in the
She was
theater.
in Avatar.
What?
She was. Yeah, she was
an Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck, she playing that?
she plays
A rough
badass,
and tumble
badass
military
chick,
person.
military
Yeah.
chick. That's like her.
Badass military chick.
her general role. Badass. So one thing that they skipped here, which I'm kind of curious
They
about.
skipped that forest game.
So well, the pre-show's at the bottom of this article. CNET. What the fuck?
Yeah, come on, seen it.
I just want to. I got to.
We're
point
trying
out,
to have you do the work for us, prepping for
I know.
our show, and you're doing this
You're
poorly.
doing this awfully.
You're making us look bad here.
Best score in music. I want to point out that because Death Stranding won that as well.
Yeah, dude.
And
It
best
should have.
And like compared to what were the other ones? Cadence of Hyrule, which admittedly is a music game. Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. So for me,
No Destiny 2, though.
no Destiny 2.
For what?
Best music score.
Score.
Those are the games I'm listening at.
I love
Destiny's
that score.
always done great music.
Fantastic looking score.
They're
dude.
they're the top of their game constantly with their music.
It sounds
The only other game that I think sounds better while you're playing would be Division 2.
Yeah,
Division
that's
2
a good
soundtrack was so good.
one. To be fair, Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Never played it.
It's a Apple Arcade game
Oh.
gone to Switch, and on I
Oh.
think it's on PS4.
Okay.
It is a music game, but it is a music album that you play through. It's a fully realized pop album. And let me tell you, after I finished that game, I Spotify the hell out of that. album.
Just bumped it.
And it's to the point where my 2019, you know how Spotify comes out with
Yeah.
their
Oh, did it make your like top
it was
of
like
something list?
here are the artists that you listen to, and it was like
Yeah.
Sayonara Wild Hearts. Like you played this shit out of this album,
Yeah.
and then
Nice.
Death Stranding winning. That is just a beautifully handpicked, crafted soundtrack / score. So I can't fuck with that.
I'm gonna have to play it this week. Disappointing. You've allowed yourself to be defined by a single genre.
That
1700 sea shanties.
Felix Hergen.
What do you mean? Disappointing. Spotify. Don't judge my taste.
See, how
Yeah.
dare you?
I didn't get one of those because I listen to Apple Music. So I'll
This,
have a cool recap of my decade or year.
I know Apple Music needs to do that. That'd be
I
pretty
actually think I heard they did, but it's hard
Really,
to find.
right?
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, Spotify just throws it in your face,
Right.
and then they for you compile a playlist of your year in 2019.
Oh, wow.
So like you can just relive it.
Wow.
Yeah. So that brings us to the game of the year.
Game of the year.
Between Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, Smash Brothers, and The Outer Worlds. Now I know we missed a lot because of like fighting game, which Smash Brothers took. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So they weren't going to win this. I don't think that was going to be that. So what did you guys think it was going to be? What were you guessing? What were you hoping?
Guessing or hoping, or like, what is mine out of that?
My game of the year would. I mean,
What do you think mine is out of all that?
Resident Evil 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have assumed
a good guess.
Death Stranding
Death Stranding.
won that. Yeah.
But I didn't think.
It's probably a good guess. Yeah,
I absolutely did not think that Resident Evil 2 was going to win Game of the Year because it is a game that
has been remade.
that has been remade.
We're
Like,
just redoing it again.
and also that a lot of people can't play if we believe that no one under 17 is playing mature rated games. It's not made for everyone. You know.
To be fair,
Obviously, not the case. But
4 or 5 of those games maybe.
oh, actually, Sekiro is not a child's game really
No.
either.
Death Stranding is also not a child's
Yeah, that's a
game.
really good point. I take back
Control,
what I said. Not
I
a
would
good point.
say, is an
not valid.
unrated. Yeah.
Strike it from
I
the
mean,
record.
that's a fair thing because you would say a game of the year would be accessible.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it's a
but,
fair thing
but
to say.
no, to your point, the things that are actually on there, the things that won are not that category.
So the
the-
winner-
The only possibilities that I believe could have won was Sekiro, Death Stranding, or The Outer Worlds.
I mean,
Control I played, and I just didn't think it was good enough to be Game of the Year. It was
that's
good.
that's up there for me for the year. Like,
It was
that
good,
was an
but,
experience
like,
that stood out.
yeah.
But you're saying for the year it didn't hit that mark.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the winner was Sekiro.
It was Sekiro. The game that had a controversy earlier in the year, which we talked about on our podcast here, about is difficulty too much? Is difficulty?
Yeah, that spawned a lot of those
was the question.
conversations. Yeah.
Remember those
Yeah.
talks?
It needs an easy mode.
It needs an easy move.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I think we
Fuck
came
you.
to the consensus that no, they make what
Yeah,
they
I
want
came to the
Yeah.
consensus they can make whatever they fucking
Make your own
fucking
game if you
want,
don't
but
like
I
how those games
guarantee
made.
you, I'm never fucking playing it.
That's fair. That's totally
It's too
fair.
hard. I'm just making the choice to not play it ever.
Yeah, dude. And like I tried to play that game. I didn't even get to the first boss. I'm like, I cannot beat my head against this. It's going to require too much of me.
I don't own Sekiro. I haven't played Sekiro, but a game that is at least in my brain similar to that in terms of genre and style is Neo, which I have but I haven't played. And I was thinking about popping that in just to explore some samurai combat.
Is Neo like a?
It's a Dark Souls like.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like an RPG because you get new weapons and armor and shit.
But same concept where you die and then you like
Get your souls
Yeah.
back. You got to get your souls back, and you got to fight your way through, and it's hard. Yeah. It's
kind of
one
like Star Wars. Only falling off cliffs doesn't mean
So,
anything.
but the difference between Sekiro and other Dark Souls games is you don't level up. You just get new skills and shit, but your character never gets stronger. So it requires
You just play differently.
you need to be better at the game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because you can't rely on numbers specifically to help you. You have to be good at the fighting. So, yeah, it's not like in Jedi Fallen Order where you can just like level up and then, oh, I have a new skill and I'm slightly stronger now. I got more health now. Like, it's not like that.
There was a really good tweet from Char. He goes, Sekiro absolutely deserved Game of the Year, and I have the broken controller to prove it.
Hell yeah, that's a good tweet.
Yep. It's
That's
a
good.
solid tweet.
A few things that we missed, I'll just rattle off here. Final Fantasy VII got another trailer.
Got another dope as hell trailer, dude.
Cloud focused.
Yep.
Very cool.
Story focused. They showed a couple of things that were interesting. They showed the Cloud Tifa conversation, and I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be Ares' house or if that's the Shinra prison.
Is
But
it-
either way,
this trailer?
it's this trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, we're seeing more areas of the game, like because all they've really shown us are like these
The
Shinra,
intro Midgar scene.
yeah, the
Shinra.
reactor, the Maker reactor, like battles and stuff. So it was cool to like see other places in the story.
Yeah, I know we've seen Eris's church.
I know in the Shinra Tower they were separated
Yeah.
officially. Maybe they could put them in the same cell for
She's
visual.
Like, she's like, nice flip.
Oh, his little cocky like look away. Yeah, this scene right here. After thinking about it, I think it might be when they chilled at Ares' house.
I gotta say, consistently, this game is looking.
Oh,
freaking
it looks
amazing.
phenomenal. It looks so good, dude.
Like, I can't believe that this is actually happening.
Yeah.
Because Felix, 10 years ago or more, when the PS3 was coming out, they redid the intro. Do you remember this?
I
Trey?
do. 1,000%.
They
I do.
redid the intro to Final Fantasy VII with PS3 technology, graphics,
Yeah.
and
Just as a tech demo for the
just
PS3.
that's
all it was.
That's all it was.
That's all it was. They're like, look how good this looks. And everyone's like, what, is this a fucking thing? They're
Are
like,
you- are
no,
you
it's
making
not
this?
a thing.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. We're just showing you what we can do with graphics now.
And just going back into that Final Fantasy conversation,
Yeah.
just slightly, this game is so robust with story and characters and just character development. This
Yeah.
game is
It's wild.
chocked full of all that.
It's besides like the shit that you play as a kid automatically, like Mario, whatever else is like sitting around your house, like Super Nintendo, Zelda, stuff like that. Like Final Fantasy VII was the first game that I really played that I was like, oh my god, this is a story. This is like art. Like I am entrapped with what this game is. whatever the
it's like
good word for that
reading
is.
a really good book
Yeah.
visually.
Yep, 100%.
That I'm playing.
I was in awe of this experience.
And like you can bash it for all the wacky things it did in the 90s. Like it had like the cross-dressing thing, which I think is happening in this version.
It is. Yep.
There's a lot of kooky things that
Mini
happen in that
games.
game.
I'm playing this is the original intro, Felix,
Oh,
of the Final Fantasy VII.
The one that was
music's
like
very
the-
important, in my opinion.
this is
this-
the one with
yeah.
the better graphics.
No, this is PS1.
PS1.
This is
As you're watching that, Mortal Kombat 11 announced Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that.
Very cool.
Why does Joker have to
that's
be in
all I
every one of
noticed.
these fucking games?
It's a great question.
Because he's a joke.
I
Because
guess-
he had a movie this year.
I guess he moves. He probably moves units of games. Oh, the Joker's
Well,
in
no,
I'll
no,
play
they're
it.
trying to like,
Here's that other Magic the Gathering game, Beyond Death.
they're trying to bring the Injustice 2 fans with the Mortal Kombat fans,
Sure.
and I don't think in some cases they are the same.
No.
They
No,
are
you
with
play
me.
those for
I
different-
bought
for
them
different
both,
reasons,
but,
yeah.
like, I have not played Mortal Kombat 11 to the degree that I played Injustice 2.
Yeah.
But Joker would not be the character that sells me on it. There's
It must work because they keep
well,
doing
it's the
it.
only one that fits in Mortal Kombat. But I'd like to see Joker's like fatalities.
Fatalities.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they got to
Yeah.
be fucking cool.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
And Ori
he's the
Wilmore.
only character that would fit in Mortal Kombat too, because like
Harley Quinn too. Maybe.
Harley Quinn or Joker.
Any of like the Any like the non-powered people,
Any
right?
edgy characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but it wouldn't
Like
look
not
good.
Superman,
Yeah,
right?
well, you put Superman or Supergirl in there, it's got to be Bizarro Superman,
Sure.
right? Or it's got to be like, was there ever? I don't know if there was ever a dark version of Supergirl, but Joker just kind of works because he's already got an edge and he can do fatalities, and it's not going to be weird.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's very much not my scene.
Ori
it
Will of the
must
Wisps. It looks really good.
Yeah.
We're gonna be wrapping up here soon.
Yeah, we're almost finished here.
we're gone.
This
we're
is
gone very long.
the remake, Felix.
Oh, the tech demo.
The
Of
tech,
what you-
the tech demo, yeah.
Of what you were just showing.
So this is not even the what we're going to get. We're essentially going to get a third version of this. It's going to be even
Yeah.
more.
This isn't the remake.
But this is what they showed for PS3 era.
Although it does look pretty. Yeah, this is the PS3.
They definitely took some starting points from this. Absolutely.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But everyone saw this and they freaked the fuck out. They're like, "Wait, are we getting a
Final
remake
Fantasy
of this
VII.
game?"
Yeah. This is before remakes were even a thing.
Yeah.
This is before companies started just pumping out remakes and remasters.
It's cool. It does the same thing. Zooms all the way out of the city and then all the way back in.
Title card.
Mm-hmm.
Midgar. Shot of
Everyone's
Midgar.
like, "Oh my god, more detail, bro." Holy shit. The technical demo for PS3.
Technical
Everyone's
demo.
like, "Don't read into this,
Yeah.
please."
And then it zooms into the mission,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Now, I think they actually do have the
Fuck.
remake intro.
Oh, fucking bring it up. This is the last thing we're gonna do.
The remake intro. This like the PS3 tech demo was really just an up-resed 7 intro. Like all the things were in
Really?
the same place. It didn't expand on the size of the city at all. Really,
Yeah.
it just made it all look prettier.
Oh,
but
this is the E3
this-
demo, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We totally have to figure out how to get what we're doing on these computers
to live.
On our
yeah,
like
yeah.
behind us so people can
Yeah.
fucking
we
see
will.
it.
We would
we
need-
will. We'll work on
We'll
that.
talk about that. I mean, there's ways.
I know.
Obviously.
But with this, when they played this, you can actually tell that the city has been redesigned.
Yeah.
This is a true
They put the work in.
remake of the game and the intro.
You're literally seeing 3 generations of leaps
Yeah.
in tech.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
Like decades, I want to say, because you got the mid 90s, you got the mid 2000s, and then you got we're at the end of the 2019. Wow, freaking cool.
It's gonna be so
The game,
fucking good. Dude.
game looks really, really good, but there's just too much fucking shit going on.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. It's it's a
this
big
could
spring.
be my first Final Fantasy game, though.
I think this would be a good one because
Yeah.
it looks like the way they're designing it. It looks like it's going to be a action RPG,
Mhm.
more or less.
Yeah,
But
Where-
it's a month before 2 major fucking drops.
it is.
And I don't even know when the fucking Fallout DLC bullshit, if that ever drops.
Oh, here's the
is gonna
actual.
drop.
Here's the actual fucking.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know what I was so
zoom out,
happy
you
not to
pull out.
see, Neo?
What's that?
Bethesda on stage anywhere at all.
They did
Because-
not.
Because
They were not there.
because I'm really worried that they're going to tell me I got to pay more
They're
money.
fixing their game endlessly.
More money for that.
Now,
fucking
when they show up, they're gonna be like,
DLC.
"Guess what? We're releasing Doom, but guess what? You have to pay for the blah blah blah."
yeah.
Oh my God, Bethesda, stop it! Stop it!
Or the Fallout
Damn, that looks good.
Fallout 76 shit that's coming in 2020 is going to cost $20 more or
Yeah.
$30 more.
Even though at launch they promised they wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
But
right.
There they go.
Well, they broke a lot of promises.
Broke a lot of promises.
All right. Well,
We're gonna wrap this up.
yeah, good show, guys. That was our recap and reliving of the majority of the Game Awards. Yeah, guys. Hope you enjoyed that show. Hope you enjoyed our show.
Yeah. Well, I definitely enjoyed the Game Awards.
It was fun. It was a good year.
Yeah, it was,
Good year. Good
it was
wins. Yeah, man. And then we'll. What's next, really, for games? We have
Next year's gonna be a freaking packed
just
year.
a big bunch of releases nonstop, man.
I think everyone making games this year, I mean, not to say these games weren't amazing. Everything that won and everything deserves it.
Mhm.
But like, heavy hitters are coming out next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking wild, dude. Absolutely wild.
A lot of things I'm curious about, like Final Fantasy VII. Like, how are they going to do this? When are they going to stop the game? Because it's not the whole game.
It's not. Yeah,
Anyway.
we'll find out because I will for sure be playing it.
Yeah, me too.
I am Trip Zero. Guys, thanks for hanging out. You can find me at all of my socials. Everywhere is Trip Zero TV. Very easy to find. And then I stream on Mixer weekdays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. primarily Destiny 2. But now that the new season content is kind of dying down, we're going to really get into some other fun content. I'm going to be playing Death Stranding. Should I stream that?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You can.
It seems like a personal experience.
Brings in a lot of people.
I mean, yes and no.
People like to ask questions about
I streamed
it.
it like
Yeah.
20 hours.
I'll probably stream it.
Like my
I'm going to
first-
look into
and I
playing
actually
it for
streamed-
sure.
I probably streamed the whole game.
Yeah.
No, you'd be fine. You'd
Yeah.
be fine.
You're going to end up getting people in there who are just like, what's
Well,
this game about?
But
Yeah.
don't let yourself lose it grabbing you.
That's my focus.
Yeah.
My primary focus is my experience playing this game. I don't want to shit on that, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. Yeah, that's me.
Neo Yoshi. You can follow me on Twitter at Neo_Yoshi. Twitch.tv/Neo Yoshi. I've been taking a break from streaming. I didn't stream at all like the past week or two. I didn't really play anything, really. Just Pokemon. That's what I'm like. Really, I'm waiting for my Christmas vacation so I can dive into Days Gone.
Oh yeah.
that I
dude.
will stream. So
You
I will be
should.
back because I'm gonna have plenty of time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking
And
around.
they probably patched out all the weird problems it had.
Yeah, I'm glad I waited. I'm glad I waited on that.
It had some issues.
Yeah, so I heard. I heard it had a lot of that. So please look forward to that. I will be live playing that game and maybe talk about it Game of the Year, but we'll see. I'm not going to finish it.
Just remember, the motorcycle is a character.
I'm ready to be. I'm ready, dude. Death Stranding, that baby is a character. You know what I'm saying?
And this is Felix Hergood. I'm on Mixer and Twitch, Felix Hergood. Every week I change the game. Last week it was Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC. This week I'm coming in. I'm doing the Battlefield 5 Pacific stuff. So
Oh,
we're going to be doing
okay.
Battlefield
Okay.
5 all week. So
Okay.
please pop in and check out Battlefield 5.
Nice, dude. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Later.
Talk to you.